Who belongs in the Hall of Fame on today's episode of Baseball King Collectibles? Well, the Contemporary Era Committee is back again, and there are 8 eligible players from 1980 and up. And they're eligible for the Hall of Fame this year again. Once again, they were on the ballot. They had their 10 years. They didn't get voted in for whatever reasons. Steroids, just didn't cut it close or whatever. Their careers with the stats and all that. But yeah, every once in a while, the committees, every couple of years, they come back and they give these guys another chance to get voted in. It's a committee of 16 members, and 12 of them, you need 12 votes, 75% of the vote to get in. And if you do that, you're a Hall of Famer. So the guys that we're going to mention now, in my mind, 7 out of 8 should be in the Hall of Fame. There's one that shouldn't. And I'll go through each of them one at a time and let you know who I think should and shouldn't, or should they get in this time, and who's going to get in, who the committee is going to vote. I'll give you my predictions as well at the end, and we'll see how that works out. They'll be announced, I think, December 7th or something like that. Another month or so. We'll find out who's getting in. But let's get to the players, and we'll start out with the first guy, the obvious ones. It's Bonds and Clemens. We'll start out with Bonds first. I'm showing an autograph for each guy too, so I don't think I didn't leave my autographs out of this, guys. You're not getting cheated out of autographs on this episode, all right? You're getting no celebrity autographs, but you're getting baseball autographs. So Barry Bonds will start off. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. Look at his stats. Before steroids, his first 8 years in his career, 9 years in his career were phenomenal. You know, MVPs, All-Stars, everything. He was just the best player in the league. You know, he's 30-30s. He was doing that regularly. So if he quit at that time, before steroids, he's in the Hall of Fame. But now steroids has tainted everything, of course. The numbers wouldn't be as high, and maybe they would have been. Who knows? The guy was a great player. But, you know, the steroids era, of course, costing him big time. And is he ever going to get in? I don't know. Here's a Barry Bonds gloves I have, a pair of gloves. You can see that signature there? Beautiful, right? I mean, hey, I love it. So, is he getting in? I don't think so. I don't think the committee's going to vote him in, because all these years he could have gotten voted in over and over and over. So if it wasn't good then to vote him in because of steroids, why now? And the same thing with Clemens. Why now? Why should Clemens get in now? I mean, again, Clemens' first, he had 3 Cy Youngs by 1991. Way before steroids. And if he cut his career there, and he cut short for some health reasons or whatever, he's in automatically like Koufax, 6, 7 good years, 5 good years, more than Koufax. He did more than Koufax in a short time. And then, a little bit down, then he came back with the steroids, of course. But my point on the pitches, I mean, the guy's throwing 100 now regularly. So was he throwing any harder? No, he wasn't. I don't know. What made him a better pitcher? What made him stronger, more endurance and all that? Maybe. But he still accumulated the wins. He was still a good pitcher. As far as pitching goes, these guys could still have the chance to hit that ball off of him. So it's not like swing and miss stuff. So that's my point on the pitcher. Should he get in? Yeah, of course he should get in. Will he get in? Again, if he didn't get in now with the steroids, why now? What's the excuse going to be now? Oh, we're letting them in all this. Then you let one in, and where's Sosa, where's McGuire, Palmeiro? You're letting the whole doors open up. So this is my Clemens ball. Matter of fact, Clemens was one of my first, well, not my first, I got him about 80. It's very early on in his career, so it's a pretty good autograph from Clemens. About 85, he was at a card show out in Long Island. I was in Brooklyn at the time. It was a nice little ride, 40 minutes. One of my coworkers went with me. Al Greenberg, hey, Al, you're out there? Hey, Al. He went with me to the little card store. We went online maybe 15 minutes for Clemens. That was it. Beautiful, right? That's how it was back then. The easy autographs. People weren't into autographs. It was not a big thing. It was just starting out, but I was into it immediately. So caught my eyes immediately. So those two guys, Clemens and Bonds, of course, they're Hall of Famers. We all know they're Hall of Fame players. But will they be Hall of Fame entrance tickets into the Hall of Fame the legal way? I mean, they did it legally, of course, but it's a shame they're not in. That's how I feel about it. Next guy, we're going to give this guy a no. I'm giving this guy a no. I'm sorry. Sorry, Fernando Mania people, but Fernando Valenzuela, he had a few good years, and 17 years in the majors, he only had 170 wins, and wins were big back then. Wins were, that was the the statue for wins, who had the most wins and all that. And wins don't matter now, but wins back then mattered. He didn't accumulate wins. He had 3 or 4, 5, 6 good years, tops. Not Hall of Fame seasons. Yeah, he had that one great season, Fernando Mania and all that, but Hall of Famer, I didn't see it. I saw pretty much his whole career. I did see his whole career from start to finish, of course. I didn't see it dominant over the year. A couple of good years doesn't make you a Hall of Famer. Koufax was way different. He not dominated. He was like, it was Koufax and everybody else was down here at that point when Koufax was performance. So you can't compare him to that. He's not a Hall of Famer, Valenzuela. I'm sorry. He's just not going to get 12 out of 16 votes. He might get a couple, and you need 5 votes to be on the committee again. So, 5 votes got to keep him in. I don't think he's going to get 5 votes. Next up, and this guy too, another steroid maybe guy, Carlos Delgado. I don't know. Is he? Was he? Who knows? The numbers, statistically, he's in. He's got all this right numbers. Harold Baines, you want to compare to Harold Baines? Come on. It's no brainer. Delgado had some huge years. The RBI numbers are all there. He has all the numbers. He has the homer numbers. Fred McGriff, you want to compare to Fred McGriff? Fred McGriff's in. No reason Delgado should be in. But again, he's just in that, that did he not do steroids? He didn't come out, nobody ever accused him of it, but he's on that borderline. Unfortunately, he's on that borderline. And unfortunately, he might not get in this time. Probably not, because there's other guys who really deserve it more than him, I think. And this guy's one of them. Jeff Kent. I love Jeff Kent. As I'm not a Mets fan, I'm a Yankee fan, but as a person, Jeff Kent, let me tell you, Jeff Kent, I got this is 15 cards right here of Jeff Kent. You couldn't be a better sign. This is just some of the cards I got. Just some. I should go through it this way. This is just some of the cards I got from Kent over the years as a Met team set. He was just by far the best signer. All right. He was the nicest guy. He'll talk to you. He'll hang out with the guys. He was just standing around with us talking, whatever. When there was nobody around, in the mid-90s, there was nobody coming to Met games. There was just nobody there. The players were really nice to the fans back then, the few fans that were there, and I happened to be one of them. But Kent, like I said, the first time he showed up to the Met game, to a Met game, traded from Toronto, I was there. He came off, I guess a cab or a bus. I don't remember what it was, but the team drove him there, picked him up. He dropped him off at the stadium. He didn't even go to a hotel. He straight to the stadium to make the game. And he still has his Toronto bags, carrying his Toronto bags with him. What else? He had nothing other bags. That was his travel bag. So, Jeff Kent, great guy. You see him serving me coffee at another Met, an in-house, anybody could have went. They were trying to sell tickets back then in the mid-90s. Mets couldn't sell tickets. So, nobody was showing up to the games. It was bad. It was just bad. Shea Stadium was a place to go get autographs. When the team's doing bad, that's when you go get autographs at a stadium, guys. There's nobody else there. No one wants to be at there. There's no crowds. There's no nothing. So if your team is doing bad, head down to the stadium and you're going to rack up on autographs. I'm telling you, do it. So Jeff Kent, in my mind, is your Hall of Famer. Absolutely in the Hall. Absolutely. How did he not get in the first time around on the regular ballot? Look at the numbers. He's not a steroid guy. Look at the numbers. And come on, MVP. He plenty of All-Star seasons, the most homers for a second baseman, RBIs over 100 several times, 5 times, 6 times, something like that. He's got all the numbers for a second baseman to be in the Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. He should be in. Will he get in this time around? I don't think so. I hope so. You know what? I think he will. All right, I'm changing. I think Jeff Kent will get in. That's my opinion. He will get in. They will look at his over stats and say, you know what? Jeff Kent's a Hall of Famer. He deserves to be in that Hall of Fame. And Dale Murphy, another one. Dale Murphy, so close so many times, Not the best player for years and years and years, but he dominated for a couple of years, back-to-back MVPs. How many guys have done that? And I think they're all in the Hall of Fame who has ever done that. What can you say about Dale Murphy? One of the nicest guys in the game, too. Does that give him props? Why not? It has to. There's nasty guys and there's nice guys. He was one of the greatest guys, one of the best autograph signers in baseball. He's got the numbers. He's better than Harold Baines. Again, the Harold Baines test, better. Will he get in? Again, these committees, I don't know what they're looking for. He's really close. He's really close. You know what? Those last 4, 5, 6 years of his career, he kind of tailed off. Kind of like the next guy we're going to talk about, Mattingly. Again, Mattingly. What, is he a Hall of Famer? Borderline. Again, borderline. This ball I got outside of Yankee Stadium. Matter of fact, I got him on a ball, right? I got him on this ball, right? And then I wanted to get him on a Beckett magazine, too. And he comes out, he goes, I signed for you on the way in. Yeah, you want me on the way out? I said, yeah, why not? So I got this ball, too, from Donnie. I got him several other times. You can see me in this picture here with Spanish James, affectionately Spanish James, not derogatory, because there was another Fat James, there was another James, and there was another James. So we gave them nicknames in the most passionate way. We love Spanish James. He's still my guy. Just got recently in touch with him again. There he is. What is he, 19, 20 years old there? He's like 50 now, 55. Crazy, right? Time flies, but Yeah, Mattingly. I think he's. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know. Is he gonna get in? I don't know. Should he get in? I don't know. As a big Mattingly fan, a big Yankee fan, yeah, he's got those numbers. He's got the Gold Gloves. Really, is a big difference. 9 Gold Gloves, the most for any first baseman all time in the American League. I mean, they didn't start giving out the Gold Gloves to the mid-50s, but he got 9 of them. And he set the standard for first base. Him and Keith Hernandez in New York at the same time, watching them play, you took it for granted. Those guys, Keith, also borderline Hall of Fame, and Donnie, were just unbelievable at first base. It was just unbelievable. You guys, if you didn't see it, you didn't see it. But they set the standard for first. Anything hit the first, it was a sure out. Any pop-up, any line drive, anything, they just knew where to throw. Him and Keith were the best. And Donnie, does he deserve to be in? Look at those numbers. I mean, is he better than Harold Baines? Again, I think so. Longevity, no, but wow, would he dominate? He dominated for a couple of years. Is he going to get in? I don't know. I think the sentiment is leaning towards him. I hope so. I really hope so. And we also have another guy who's close also. A 500 homer guy who's not in the Hall of Fame. Again, very rare other than the steroid guys, but again, did he not? Gary Sheffield, did you do steroids? Did you not? We don't know. And that's the problem. We don't know. So they're not giving you the benefit of the doubt. But you got the numbers. Yeah, again, Harold Baines, there's some other guys I get to. I keep going to Harold Baines because he's so obviously shouldn't be. And these guys were so much better. I mean, Sheffield's career he had a great career. He started as a shortstop, switched around. He was a good shortstop coming up with the Brewers back in the day. And he made his way around, Yankees, Mets, everybody. He was a winner. He played on some winners. Will he get in again? No. My opinion is no. He's not getting in, but he should be. I think he's worthy of it, again, compared to some of the other guys that are in there. So, there you go. Those are my 8 guys. Who's getting in? Bonds, I'm giving Clemens and Bonds a no because it's the steroids, and you have to be consistent. You can't turn around and say, yeah, why not let him in now? Then why didn't you let him in all these years? All right, what's the? You have to stick to the argument. The steroids is the argument, and it didn't change. Nothing's changed. It's still the same, right? Fernando, no, absolutely not. Fernando, I love you. It was fun to watch. Fernando made his grip, but your Hall of Fame pitcher, no. Your Dodgers Hall of Fame, yes. Delgado again. The steroid questions. Will he get in this time? No, absolutely not. Jeff Kent, I say I'm giving him the check mark. Jeff Kent's getting in. Jeff Kent is getting in this year for sure. I definitely think Jeff Kent's getting in. You look at his numbers, there's no way he shouldn't be in. Dale Murphy, wow, it's just so close. I know everybody loves him. Everybody wants him to be in. Will he get in? I say no. They're not going to let him in this time. He'll get his 6-7 votes like always. Get him on the next ballot, I think, but I don't think he's getting in. Mattingly, I think this is his time. I think that everybody, World Series, a little tension on him. People feeling bad for him. Sentiment plays a role. The 9 Gold Gloves, batting title, MVP, best player in the league, best player in baseball maybe for those couple of years. Really best player and dominated the game. It was really unbelievable watching him every day. If you didn't get to see him every day, you missed it. I felt bad for you because it was amazing. Getting in. He's getting in. Sheffield getting in? Nope, not this time. Maybe maybe eventually he should be in. I think he's a Hall of Fame stats-wise. Will he get in? I hope so one day. I'm a big Gary Sheffield fan. But so for today, my votes are Kent and Mattingly, our next Hall of Famers, and you will see them at the Hall of Fame ceremony this July in 2026. And we'll see you in the next episode of Baseball King Collectibles.